Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we are making green seasoning, a traditional Caribbean additive or seasoning. This is what we use to season our meats before we cook with, okay? So we are using 1 bunch of cilantro. Here I am just rinsing that off underneath some cold water. Then we're also using a bunch or a handful of green onions or chives or scallions, depending on what you call it. And we're gonna rinse this off also and just break off any of the brown tips or the part that doesn't look too healthy. I'm using today 1 medium-sized onion. We're just gonna cut it into quarters and peel the skin off of it. And I didn't really show it, but in the beginning we have some cloves of garlic. I think I used about 8 to 10 cloves of garlic. So once we have everything washed and cleaned and peeled off, we're just going to throw it into our food processor. I'm using vinegar to make my green seasoning. Some people use water, but I like to use vinegar because it serves as a preservative. This is a small batch that I'm making, so I'm just going to throw this into my refrigerator. But if you're making a larger batch, the vinegar helps to preserve it, and you can keep it in like in your cupboard or under your countertop, and it won't go bad. So I should have added the vinegar at the same time I added everything before I started using the food processor, but I don't know where my mind was. Anyway, today I'm using about 1/3 of a cup of vinegar. We just don't want it to be too liquidy. You want it to be like a paste because it's used as a marinade for the meats that we're cooking. If 1/3 of a cup isn't enough, then you just add a smidgen more. So I use less than half a cup, but a little bit more than 1/3 of a cup. We just want to smush everything down and make sure that we get all of our stuff in there and processed and ground up together. If you don't have a food processor, a blender works just as fine. So basically when we're done, this is what it looks like. Everything is nicely blended and ground together. Now we're time for storage. You can use any container that basically seals. I'm using just like an old onion container, I think, that I bought from like one of the supermarkets. If you have an old spaghetti sauce container, you can use that also. So that's it. And basically this is just how we use it. So once you've gotten all of your powdered seasonings on your meat, here I have some chicken legs. I've already seasoned it with like some Goya seasoning and some black pepper. Now we just throw our green seasoning on top of that, and then you just allow it to marinate for at least half an hour up to overnight. And here we have this. I'm going to use this for a dish later, and you can also throw it into a bag and freeze it. See you later.